Alright everybody, this is Taylor, and Taylor has brought in this super cool, handmade by a local luthier. It's his first guitar he ever made at a luthier school, and it is gorgeous. It's got a lot of heart into it, but it's not playing the way it really should be. So Taylor and I are going to put this guitar into the Plek Station, scan it, and see what's what. So let's revisit you guys in a few minutes, and let's have a look here. Alright, so we got the guitar all nicely strapped up in our little torture device here, and we have Taylor waiting eagerly to see his guitar scan. So we're going to close the door and have a look. Slow. And we've all seen these scans before. I'm just going to give you a quick little look here, going all the way down to the last fret. Okay, we just finished the first scan, so let's have a look and see what's going on with it. Now, to walk everybody through it, here's essentially what we're looking at. Here's the nut, these peaks are the frets, red line is where the string is currently sitting, and the green line is where it feels optimally it needs to be. Now, if I scan over here, it'll tell me that I need to tighten the truss rod a little bit. It's slightly out, but you can already start to see, this is underneath the G string. You can already see some of the mischief going on here. So I'm going to scroll through, and it gets down to the high E. So you have a little bit of a dip in here, and that is probably what's causing a lot of the buzzing. If I scroll all the way to the low E, we have a similar little issue here. So what we're going to do now, we're going to adjust the neck and see what kind of difference that's going to make. Okay, so now we have the neck set up exactly the way that we want, and so you can see neck relief grading at 1, so that means it's optimal. Now you can see here, this is just along the G string. We have one little piece here, just some slight little variances, and I think once we clear up those variances, this guitar is really going to start to sing. And you can see as I'm scrolling through, it is relatively consistent. So from there, what we do is we go over to the virtual fret dress, and this is just a matter of programming all my heights. One cool thing I love about this machine is you can see as I'm starting to drag a little bit here and there that the rest of the guitar starts auto-correcting. This is one of the brilliant pieces of their software, is you can really see, look at how fast it did that for me. Now here, one little tip, with the last remaining frets, we don't necessarily have to have these ones so much in the green, because if you look at the numbers, they're descending negatively. So in other words, we're having a downward slope on this one. So what we're going to do, I'm just going to do some fine tuning and some tweaking here, and then we're going to run the guitar through and we'll see what happens. Okay, so Taylor has a look of doom and gloom on his face at the moment right now. His guitar is all strapped in, we have everything programmed, and we're ready to go. So I'm going to close up the door here. One thing here.
Yeah.
Okay, so now one thing that's important to bear in mind with this machine, if you look down to this little corner here, see it's cutting fret 8, and it says 1 out of 2 on that. So the machine, in order to properly Plek a guitar, it needs to do multiple passes over the instrument, because the last thing you want to do is grind the fret down all at once. It leaves tool marks and it makes it very inaccurate. So this is going to have minimally 3 passes on it. So we got another few more minutes with it, but it'll be done shortly. All right, so we're just doing the very final scan here. We're doing scan along the high E string. It likes to dot all its I's and cross all its T's and make sure everything was done properly. So now we wait for the good news. There we go. Right over there. It says Plek fret dress quality achieved. Now all we got to do is put some finishing touches on the guitar, set it up, and we're good as gold. Okay, so here is the finished version of Mr. Taylor Roberts. There he is. Guitar. He has been very anxious to get his hands on it, so we're going to grab a seat. We'll see what he thinks.
Oh yeah, there's no more fret buzz on that high E like there was before. And more sustained, I can actually hear it ring out without like the mute or anything like that. And, and my G's in, which is good.
Nice, yeah.
The one string that I've always had the problem with is in. So what actually happened with like what were all the adjustments made to it?
Well, your nut slots were a little off, so we lowered them, and I also sanded them out. So a lot of people like to put graphite in as a lubricant, but I find if you properly sand the nut slots, you don't really need it. So now it's a smooth channel, so that they'll stick less and stay in tune. And if the slots aren't exactly where they need to be, the intonation is going to be off on the whole guitar. So I lowered that, and I radiused your bridge to match the radius of the fingerboard. So everything is now symmetrical on the guitar.
All right.
I got the action exactly, I think, where you wanted it to be, so it will chime the way you want it to.
You said it was kind of curved before, yeah?
It was. It was just kind of all over the place.
Yeah.
The radius that was on the bridge originally was more of a 9.5, where this is a 15 that's on here. So, in other words, your G string and your D string were way too high on it. And, see?
Yeah, I definitely hear the difference with that.
Yeah, and I did, of course, my standard polishing of the frets. I like them to be nice and classy and smooth.
She's back.
Nice.
She's back. Back to where it should be.
Awesome.
Wow.
You know, these are the kind of jobs that I actually really enjoy, especially when somebody has a handmade guitar that's never really been exactly where it should be, just to put it on the final finishing touches and just let it sing for the first time.
Yeah, totally.
So the big question is, are you happy that you did the Plek?
Yeah, 100%.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, that's good news. Well, thank you so much, Taylor.
No worries, yeah.